were you handling at deliveries back then?
We've used a few different services actually. One time we were using like a local messenger service, and then as things have changed over the last 8 years with technology, we had a couple other web-based services, but they were never giving me exactly what I wanted. It was either like random drivers every time, or just every driver would take one order, that sort of thing. And so I wanted like a system that I could load everything in ahead of time and set up a route, get one driver who could do them. But it was amazingly hard to find a service that offered all of the things that I needed for the way we do our delivery.
And how is it going now? Are we meeting that expectation?
Yeah. Yes, been very happy since we switched. We can contact. We have the support. We can even speak directly to the drivers when we need to, and we're able to contact them when something goes wrong. Whereas in the past, sometimes something would go wrong, and then it was sort of like we couldn't get any help with that. So it was just lost. And we get a lot of the same drivers over and over, so we know them, and they know what they're delivering, they know how to handle it, and yeah, it's very reliable. We have so much less headaches now that we have switched from the other services we used in the past, and yeah, we're very pleased. And usually, if something goes wrong, it's usually like a customer not responding, or they put the wrong address in, or we've been very, very happy.
Yeah, that's great to hear. And I think that you're using our integrations, right? I guess with Shopify, I want to say.
Yes,
is that going well?
Yes, exactly.
How's that going?
Yes. Yes, and that's the other thing I wanted. I wanted everything to be automated, so an order comes in, it can get automatically scheduled, everything gets, on the right day at the right time, and then it takes all that manual entry off our hands because that's so time consuming. So yeah, the Shopify integration works great. It all just flows automatically as soon as the order comes into our website. It goes right to the Metrobi dashboard, and they all get put together. And then if I need to alter things like switch, make more than one route, that's also very easy to do. I usually just do it myself, but also I know support will help me with it. But it's so easy, I can easily just do it myself.
Yeah, that's great. I was actually going to ask you that. Like, do you even log into your dashboard? I think that just to make smaller changes, right?
Yeah, well, we log into it every day just to kind of, it's always open, but I don't have to interact with it very much. And like when the managers are handing over, we'll have it open just so we can monitor that everything is going. But mostly it's just if we get an email or something that something went wrong. But the other thing is the customers have it seems like the customers, I should do it sometime, but I've never made myself the customer, so I could see what the customer experience is. But I can see that when they log in, right, and all that stuff. So I know they can interact with it and they can feel confident that their product's on the way, and they know the ETA and that sort of thing. So that's also creates a lot less headaches for us because they're not emailing us being like, when is this coming? I don't know. Is it still coming? Where are they? So that also is hugely helpful. We spend a lot less time like fixing problems, answering questions. It's, because it's like when everything works, it's great. But if something goes wrong, then it's like it has a ripple effect. And then you can send, with the previous provider we had, a problem comes up, they do something wrong, it'll take me an hour to sort it out. I gotta contact all these different people, get more products, try to get that product sent out so that we make the customer happy, because that's always what we want in the end. And so by the time the amount of time that is wasted when you have to fix those kinds of problems is just, it's like such a headache. So not having to worry about that very often is very, very great. I mean, I looked for a long time to find this kind of, and the first thing that came up that was, there was one other company called Deliveries, and they went out of business. And then it was Rody, who I was using before you guys. And Rody was okay, but always a lot of random drivers. And then this has been the best solutions that I've came across